Welcome to our show, Defense Briefing. I'm your host, Liang Jun. Today, we have some intense headlines making waves across the globe. First, experts have declared that Russia's treatment of Ukrainian civilians and prisoners of war amounts to a crime against humanity. The report details systematic torture practices that are chilling, and it draws attention to the complicity of high-ranking officials in these heinous acts. In another corner of the news, former President Donald Trump is stirring the pot by suing CBS over a segment featuring Kamala Harris. He claims the network misled viewers by omitting key responses during a critical interview. The stakes are high, with Trump seeking a whopping $10 billion in damages. This lawsuit adds another layer of drama to the already competitive presidential race. Lastly, we have a tragic story from Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri, where a soldier has been charged with the murder of his sergeant. The case is under investigation as the Army treats this death as a homicide. The circumstances surrounding this case are still unfolding, raising serious questions about safety and accountability within the ranks. Please stay tuned for more detailed coverage on these significant stories. Yahoo US reports that UN backed human rights experts have condemned Russia for committing acts of torture against Ukrainian civilians and prisoners of war, labeling these actions as crimes against humanity. Eric M. Southeast, the chair of the Independent Commission investigating human rights violations in Ukraine, revealed that systematic torture has been documented across all provinces under Russian control, as well as in detention facilities in Russia. The Commission's findings highlight horrific practices, including sexual violence, forced nudity, and brutal admission procedures, which were routinely employed to intimidate and punish detainees. The evidence suggests that these acts were not isolated incidents, but part of a coordinated state policy, implicating higher-ranking Russian authorities in the orchestration of such abuses. The Globe and Mail covers Donald Trump's legal battle against CBS, stemming from a controversial interview with Kamala Harris aired on 60 Minutes. Trump has accused the network of misleading viewers by omitting a critical response from Harris regarding the Israel-Hamas conflict. The lawsuit, filed in Texas, seeks $10 billion in damages and claims CBS violated state laws against deceptive business practices. CBS has firmly dismissed Trump's allegations, labeling the lawsuit as baseless and promising to defend itself vigorously. As the election approaches, tensions between Trump and Harris escalate, with Trump even threatening to revoke CBS's broadcasting license if he regains the presidency. According to the Associated Press, a soldier at Fort Leonard Wood in Missouri has been charged with murder following the death of Sergeant Sarah Roque, a mine-detecting dog hen. Roque was reported missing on October 20, and her body was discovered in a trash bin shortly thereafter. The 21-year-old specialist faces charges of murder and obstructing justice, although details surrounding the case remain scarce, including the cause of Roque's death and any potential motives. Roque, who enlisted in 2020, was recognized for her service with several awards and was a member of the 5th Engineer Battalion. The investigation is ongoing, with authorities assuring that there is no broader threat to the base community. Yahoo US reports that Ukraine's government has decided to continue airing its United News telethon, despite criticism from the European Union regarding its wartime broadcasting initiative. Launched at the onset of Russia's invasion in 2022, United News is a collaborative effort among the 6 largest television channels in Ukraine, aiming to provide a unified platform to counter Russian disinformation and keep citizens informed. However, this initiative has drawn accusations of being a government propaganda tool, as it has effectively become the sole source of national television news. Culture Minister Mykola Tychitsky affirmed that the support for United News will persist until martial law is lifted, emphasizing its role as a space for truth and expression. The Globe and Mail highlights the tragic story of Ukrainian journalist Victoria Roshinia, who dedicated herself to reporting from Russian-occupied territories. Despite warnings from her editors, Roshinia bravely ventured into dangerous areas to document the realities of war, ultimately disappearing in August 2022. Nearly a year later, it was revealed that she had died while in Russian custody, prompting an outcry from her colleagues in the international community. Roshinia's commitment to her mission as a journalist was unwavering, as she felt a responsibility to tell the stories of those living under occupation. Her death is seen as a significant loss for Ukrainian journalism, with her peers remembering her as a courageous individual who prioritized her duty over her safety. Associated Press reveals a concerning audit by the Pentagon's Inspector General, which found that Boeing overcharged the Air Force nearly $1 million for spare parts, including an astonishing 8.0 markup on lavatory soap dispensers for C-17 cargo planes. The audit scrutinized prices from 2018 to 2022 and identified several overpriced items, prompting Boeing to dispute the findings, claiming the comparisons were flawed. Boeing has faced scrutiny in recent years due to financial struggles and safety issues, including the 737 MAX crashes, with ongoing labor strikes and significant losses reported. The company is attempting to recover by raising funds and restructuring its operations, all while grappling with the fallout from its controversial pricing practices. Australian Broadcasting Corporation reports on the growing reliance of Australia on Elon Musk's Starlink satellite internet service, which has become essential for over 200 Australians in remote regions since its launch in 2020. Starlink's low Earth orbit technology offers faster speeds and lower latency compared to the existing national broadband network. However, experts express concerns about the potential for Australia to become overly dependent on a single provider, warning that in times of crisis, Musk could deny access to the service, which raises significant national security issues, with government agencies spending over $50 million on Starlink. The question of sovereignty and control over critical internet infrastructure looms large. Yahoo US highlights China's recent dual aircraft carrier drills in the South China Sea, showcasing its military prowess with the Liaoning and Shandong carriers operating together for the first time. This exercise aims to enhance combat readiness and send a message of power, particularly amid tensions with Taiwan. The drills involved various military operations, including flight operations with the Shenyang J-15 fighter jets. China's naval modernization efforts have raised concerns in the U.S., with projections indicating that by 2030, the People's Liberation Army Navy could possess a formidable force of 435 ships, emphasizing the need for the U.S. to adapt its military strategies in the Indo-Pacific region. Yahoo US also announces the upcoming release of the Awaken X Jordan Airship Game Blue sneaker, completing a colorway capsule that celebrates Michael Jordan's Brooklyn roots. Set to launch on November 2, this sneaker features a white leather upper with a vintage sole and a unique blue fox snakes in color. The design pays homage to the original airship, which Jordan wore before the iconic Air Jordan 1, and its controversial history as banned by the NBA. The sneaker will be available through Awaken's website and select retailers, with a price tag of $150 alongside a complimentary clothing capsule. Economist Antarctica, the last untouched continent, has remained peaceful for over 60 years thanks to the Antarctic Treaty, which transformed it into a demilitarized zone dedicated to scientific research amidst the tensions of the Cold War. However, as climate change melts its icy expanse, the prospect of exploiting its untapped resources looms large, threatening to unravel this fragile peace. The treaty's original purpose is now at risk, as nations eye the potential for mining and resource extraction, which could lead to anarchy in this pristine environment. The delicate balance that has preserved Antarctica's tranquility is increasingly challenged, and urgent discussions about governance and sustainability are essential to prevent a free-for-all scramble for its riches. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopsis, thoughtfully curated by the 6DOT. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6DO Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6DO team embodies a trailblazer, fully independent media entity. To customize 6DO Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 60 brief email.